All right, so as you can see, this is Ludo mode. Hopefully you guys can see that. That's Ludo mode on the Apollo Go. So we're going to go out and test what the distance is. We're at 100% in Ludo mode, and we're just going to roll out. I have about a 10-mile plan to see if this will do 10 miles. We'll see. But we're just gonna, this is the Apollo Go Ludo test. I haven't seen anybody do it yet. So I decided to do it myself. So just because I was at a point where I was really tired of the, like the takeoff. Oh, this is kilometers. I gotta change that. Give me a minute. I'm like, there's no way we're doing 30 anything. Oh, sorry. Give me a sec. Like kilometers. No. We gotta change that. And I remember when, so give me a second. Let me change that. We're gonna start the ride again. Yeah, we're gonna have to start the ride again simply because we need to make sure that the measurements are correct, at least for where I am in the United States. I just looked down and I'm like, there's no way, absolutely no way. Okay, so let's ride. Okay, so okay, let's blaze through here. We've done this before. We've done this particular one many times, so I expect it should be pretty easy to get there where we're going. Technically, the only thing that I see that's majorly different with the Ludo mode is, I think, is kind of the torque. It's kind of torqueier, but that's a good thing because that's what I was used to it being, was really torquey. But I'm assuming that that's really going to affect the battery too. So torquey is good, but torquey is good. Ow. Yeah, we are on the other side. If you guys know, the first time I had this scooter, I was coming down over there and boom. And wasn't used to the, actually, I was not used to anything on this scooter at the time. So, but now I am. All right, so we're in Ludo. In my opinion, okay, because this is at 18 miles an hour right now. In Ludo mode, by the way. So, what I'm gonna do is put it back in sport. Well, we're gonna do this in Ludo, and we'll stay in that for a while and see what happens. Because if it's just at 18 miles an hour in Ludo, seriously? But you know what? Let's make sure. Let's check the app first. Make sure everything is set first. Because we didn't look at that. We assumed, which we should not have. Okay. Everything here is fine. It just says max. What is max? Nope. Yes. So it puts it in sport again instead of Ludo. That's Ludo. More torque, but I'm not seeing it going as fast as you get with sport. Because right now with Ludo, that says 18 miles an hour with Ludo. So that's the max with Ludo. And at 18 miles an hour, that thing's really, really slow. So let me see if I were to, because you have to do it through the app. But I mean, I guess we can do what we're gonna do at Ludo, just the way it is. So I mean, I was expecting Ludo to be sport, but with a lot more torque. This is a lot more torque at 18 miles an hour. So this is, like, in my opinion, I'm gonna stop and assume that we've done something wrong again. So let's try it. But this right here, it's Ludo is not really thrilling me at the moment. So we're just gonna close this ride. We are going to assume, I mean, it does use a lot of the battery, but okay, so this is, I'm gonna go to comfort. I'm sorry, but so sport would be 37 miles an hour. And you certainly can do that, because here's the thing, like, look at this difference. Okay, now we're in sport. Now look at this difference. So sport 18. Why is this just set at 18 miles an hour? Something is not right. That can't be right. No, that can't be right. 18 miles an hour is like comfort mode. That can't be right. Something has to be wrong here. Has to be wrong. So you guys get to see, okay, so this is supposed to be maxed out at that. I don't know why this is now doing 18 miles an hour. What is eco then? Eco is 4. Oh my goodness. Who would do that? I mean, like, who realistically is going to do that? Okay, so this is not going above 18 miles an hour now, which is totally sad. But you guys are watching it in real time. I'm going to make sure that I've done everything right here. So that's the go. Settings. Sport. Ludo is on. Max is set to the max. There's no save button. Top speed limits. Maybe we need to go in here. That's fine. We're going to set the braking and accelerate. Oh, good Lord. Oh, no. Okay. That is part of the problem. That won't work. Okay. That's good. Let's just make sure that's saved, because sometimes what happens is you gotta close the app and reopen it in order for it to work. But should connect to Flint. Let's make sure we check everything. So we're at 91% all of a sudden, but okay. So we're going to go to the scooter. We are going to make sure 37 miles an hour. We need to make sure that this, no, we don't need that. I don't need that pushed. I need to be able to just roll. Let's set the acceleration. So top speed, saved. Acceleration and braking. Why this is not saving, I don't know. Look at that, it won't save. And then watch when we go back in here so you guys can see. All right, I'm gonna set this back on Ludo and we're gonna go, but I am trying my best to set this braking correctly. This acceleration and this braking, because this acceleration is super, okay, so it did say that time. Okay, so we're getting ready to pop into Ludo, you guys, and we're gonna go try to do this test now. We have tried to do it a couple of times. All right, we're in Ludo. We should be able to roll now. Oh, that acceleration is much faster. All right, so we're in Ludo and we're definitely above 18 miles an hour. So for those of you that do the update and you're trying to figure out, just like you just saw me do, you've got to set it. So you got to go back and reset all your settings. So does it move? Yes. As you guys can see, moves in Ludo. So let's see how that, okay, the regen is working good. Okay, regen is topping out like it should. So if you guys know, I have been taking this route. This is usually the route that we take right around the Fox River. It's about 10 miles. So now, does Ludo disappoint? No, once you do the settings right, but I do think that this battery is going to die so much quicker in Ludo, but that's expected. I'm hoping it can make 10 miles though, but we'll see. Oh yeah, that torque. Oh, I remember that from when Zen was here, but this is Zen's body, but a whole new brain, so. Yeah, you're gonna burn through this battery real quick at this speed. Even though it's 25, but you're certainly going to burn through this battery, because we're at what, 81%? And we've only gone a mile? We'll see. All right, so I want to speak to the full changes that it took for this particular scooter. Ugh, bugs. What I had to do and that type of thing. System-wide, that type of thing, what you have to do. So what would you use Ludo for? In my opinion, you would use Ludo Mode. You need to get from your house to a destination really fast. I mean, you could throw it into Ludo. Would I ride in Ludo all the time? No, because what it gives you is a lot of torque, and I mean, that's nice. I mean, if that's what you need, that works, but it's not necessary. I think if you need torque, this works. But we have gone a total of 3 miles, I believe. I'd have to look at the Strava app to see our total mileage. But see how things are working. Yeah, I just think like you definitely don't need this speed for everything. It's a very peppy scooter now, which is great. But do I think you need this for like regular riding around? No, you don't. You can ride in regular sport and still have a peppy scooter, just not as much torque as Ludo has. Ludo just has a lot of torque. This feels like Zen used to feel, which is great. It's good to have Flint feel like Zen, but Zen always ran like this in sport mode. And you're still getting, now keep in mind, I am 240 pounds. So if you are over 200 pounds, then this is about what you'll get. You're not gonna get, you may get the 27 that they say or something like that, but you're probably gonna get a torquier 25. So, you know, over 240 pounds, you're gonna get a torquey 25, and you're gonna have a very mobile scooter that can get you around very quickly. This is much faster than walking, and overall, the battery seems to be holding up right now. Both motors are warm, about over 100 degrees right now. So, but we're just gonna test it, see how things go. Really torquey. It's a really torquey 25. I'll say that much. This would be, not a lot of people would see this coming. So I used to have it on my helmet with the visor to protect me from the sun, and I do not have that on right now. Now, this is no cruise control, so we don't have cruise control on right now. We're at 59%, you guys, and we've gone 3 miles. So this full loop is, like I said, it's like 10 miles. And this is normally where I bring my scooters, my bikes, and we do this loop. We just crossed over 4 miles. So this particular video is about Ludo Mode on the Apollo Go. There have been a lot of Reddit comments and things, people not able to get this to work on their Go. I felt like I should make a video that could help people do that, because I had to piece together some stuff in order to figure it out myself. So with that being said, I think this hill that's coming up here, or this bridge, right, when we do this bridge, I think that's going to take a lot of our battery too in Ludo. Obviously your battery is going to run out in Ludo. The point we're trying to figure out is at what point does it run out, so we know. Our favorite little bridge, and this is the Fox River. Love this place. I will say one thing for Apollo, and if Apollo ever sees this, nice job on the Ludo edition on this. This does give your Go the pep that it needs. I don't know if my first version, of course I'm not going to gun it on this ground. I'm not trying to lose traction here. Asphalt's a different thing, but this is kind of that packed gravel. So great for walking, but not the best thing when you're, on a torquey scooter. You can lose traction easily here. I just know that from being on high-powered scooters here. On the ground, yes. And who knows, we may end up doing this tomorrow too, so we can get enough data. Oh, I love this area. I just really love this area right here. Love the way it's landscaped and everything. And normally if I had my drone, we would stop, go out there onto the ground. But today we're testing. We're gonna go back on some more of that kind of gravel stuff here in a little bit. If this is the first time you've ever rode with me on this particular path, This path goes around the Fox River. I live in Elgin, Illinois, and this is one of our rivers, and this is one of the bike paths that goes around it. All the way back to my home, it's a 10-mile loop. And with that 10-mile loop, right, with the 10-mile loop, we should be able to do that on this one battery. It may be very low when we get home, but we should be able to. This is Ludo mode on the Apollo Go. So with that being said, it's also a fairly easy route. It's on primarily bike paths, paved bike paths. So, and we're not babying this throttle, so you know, we're not babying this throttle. We're working this throttle the same way we would if we had the GT1 or something that we know has a ton of power to it. That's really what this feels like to be, if I must be honest. It's got that kind of feeling and torque like if you had the GT1. GT1 in, I would say like GT1 mode and like drive mode. Yeah, that's the way this feels. Pretty torquey, very easy. Excuse me. Thank you. Another hill here, as you can see, Fox River. This is South Elgin, so obviously south of where I live. We're still at 54% and we've gone 6 miles. Now, there's quite a few bumps over here. If you know anything about the Apollo Go, you know about the suspension on it. Maybe you don't. Hi, duckies. Maybe you don't know anything about the suspension. So, that I won't go into because there's a lot of people that go into what the suspension is and stuff like that. The whole point of you coming to this video is to learn about Ludo mode and what it's like on the Apollo Go. Because once they put it out, they have actually disabled the video that shows you how to do Ludo mode because they're running into, I guess, some problems with some people's, like if your Go was purchased in 2025, then your Go will automatically have the Ludo mode. If it's not, which this one isn't, this one was from 2024, the new controller in it is from 2024, you need to download software. You need to do a firmware update. Actually, you have to do 2. You have to do a firmware update, and then you do a firmware update for the display. So we're in the yellow, you guys, 48%. Very soon, I think the machine will, it'll eventually ask us if we want to switch to eco, because I do think we'll probably get the 10 miles. That's probably all we're going to get at this current speed. I don't anticipate this lasting, you know, because I don't see why you would want to ride in Ludo mode the whole time. I mean, I just don't see a reason why. I mean, you can get, if you need the torque, yes. Like you need the torque to get somewhere, or you need the torque in order to climb. You know, I could see that being a thing, but you running in Ludo mode and, you know, taking your battery and just crushing your battery for no reason, I don't see why you would do that. But as I said, who is Ludo mode for? Ludo mode is definitely for people who you go short distances and you really want to go fast. So you need to go from your house to the store, for example. Perfect scooter for that. It's quick, it's fast, it's got good lighting. It'll get you there a lot faster than you walking. It's designed for short commutes. So with that being said,